Nada finds his friend Frank, played by the incredible Keith David. He tries to get Frank to put on the glasses. Frank refuses. And what follows is one of the most confusing, exhausting, and iconic scenes in cinema. A fist fight that lasts for 5 minutes and 20 seconds. That is an eternity in movie time. For context, the famous lobby shootout in The Matrix is barely 3 minutes long. This alley fight was so demanding that Roddy Piper and Keith David rehearsed it for 3 weeks in Carpenter's backyard. Critics at the time called it self-indulgent. They said Carpenter just wanted to watch two muscular guys hit each other. But they missed the point entirely. If this was just an action movie, Nada would have tricked Frank or forced the glasses onto him in 10 seconds. But Carpenter dragged it out on purpose. He wanted us to feel the exhaustion. He wanted us to see the blood, the bruises, and the sheer physical toll of the struggle. Why? Because Frank isn't a villain.
Local tax experts are here. Now you can meet with a TurboTax expert in your community.
Frank represents the exhaustion of the working class. He has a job, he has a life, and he knows the system is rigged. But he has carved out a tiny slice of comfort within that system. Putting on the glasses means losing that comfort. It means accepting that everything he has worked for is a lie. It means he has to do something about it. The fight scene is a violent metaphor for how hard it is to wake someone up. It is painful to dismantle your own worldview. It hurts to admit that you have been complicit. Frank fights dirty. He bites, he kicks, he does everything he can to stay blind. Because ignorance isn't just bliss. Ignorance is safety. And when he finally puts the glasses on, he doesn't cheer. He doesn't feel empowered. He looks at the aliens standing beside him, and he is horrified. Because the monsters aren't hideous beasts from a nightmare. They look much, much worse. They look like us.
The scariest design choice in the movie is that the aliens aren't scary in the traditional sense. They don't have fangs. They don't have claws. They look like corpses that have been left out in the sun wearing expensive suits. Carpenter designed them to look like quote-unquote corrupt versions of us. They wear Rolexes. They drink champagne. They attend gala dinners. They are the ultimate quote-unquote yuppies. And the terrifying part is that they didn't conquer Earth with a Death Star. They just bought it. There is a scene where the human elite attend a banquet to celebrate their alien overlords. One human collaborator raises a glass and says,
"Our projections show that by the year 2025, not only America, but the entire planet will be under the protection and the dominion of this power alliance."
He isn't being mind controlled. He is just getting paid. This is where the movie stops being a satire and starts looking like a graph from an economics textbook. When They Live was released in 1988, the ratio of CEO pay to the average worker was roughly 58-1. That gap felt huge at the time, but looking back from today, that looks like a utopia. Recent data suggests that the ratio is now closer to 344-1. The gap between the quote-unquote aliens and the rest of us has widened by nearly 600%. The fictional dystopia of 1988 is statistically better than our actual reality in 2026. The aliens won, and they didn't even have to hide. But despite this clear economic message, there is a dark corner of the internet that has tried to twist the movie's meaning into something hateful, and Carpenter has been fighting them off for years.
It is an unfortunate rule of the internet that if you create a piece of art about a hidden elite, someone will try to make it about race. In recent years, They Live has been co-opted by neo-Nazi groups and white supremacists. They claim the film is a secret allegory for a Jewish conspiracy controlling the world. They circulate memes of the aliens with anti-Semitic captions. And John Carpenter absolutely hates it. The director has spent years fighting this interpretation on Twitter. He has been explicitly clear. They Live is about yuppies and unrestrained capitalism. It has nothing to do with any specific race or religion. But the fact that this interpretation exists actually proves the movie's point. Remember, the aliens survive by keeping humans distracted. They want us fighting amongst ourselves. Blaming a specific race or religion for the world's problems is just another pair of sunglasses.